Welcome to the Orderica POS training videos. In this video, we're going to discuss services. To access your services, select the Services menu in the bottom left of the application. Here you will be given the list of all of the services in your database. There are 4 kinds of services: custom orders, appraisals, repairs, and special orders. In the top left here, you can select one of the service types to filter your list to only show those services. Also, in the top right, in the status filter section, you can filter the list even further with statuses. When you select a service, the bottom of the page will show you all of its details. You can always click on the View tab at the top of the page and move that section to the right or remove it entirely. If you want to organize your list of services by a particular field, you can click and drag that field to the blue bar at the top of the list, and your items will automatically be grouped and organized. You can also use the search button in the loading section at the top here to filter the services that are shown in this list by different fields, including the name of the customer being serviced. To change between the pages of the service, you can press the arrow keys at the top here, or you can select the drop-down menu here and select which page to switch to. You can also press this green button here to switch to page mode and have all the items on a single page. Now you'll notice that the green Add button and red Delete button in the top left are grayed out. This is because in the Services section you cannot create or delete services. To create a service, you would have to go to the Account Receivable menu and the Point of Sale submenu. Be sure to watch the video on Account Receivable and Point of Sale if you haven't already. So the main purpose of the Services menu is to allow you to track and make edits to the services as they are in progress of being completed. Let's begin by taking a look at an example of a custom order. So here for this custom order, we notice 6 tabs of information. We start with General. On the left, under General Information, we can edit the estimated time of arrival for this custom order, and also check any of these boxes if they apply. The Notify section is where you selected a user that you wanted to be notified of this task and its progress. You can edit which user is notified by clicking the magnifying glass if you want. You can also edit the initial deadline date that you entered for when the service must be completed by. The price information is for the most part grayed out and can be edited. The cost of materials, parts, labor, and other things were already entered in at the time the service was created. The declared value at the top, however, can be adjusted if needed. If the price was estimated, you can select that box at the bottom of this section. You can also add an image for this custom order if you haven't already. Click on the placeholder image, then select an image from a file on your computer, from the camera attached to your computer, or paste it from a copied image. At the bottom, you can make edits to the description if you'd like. Under that, there's also a secondary description where you can add additional information if needed. Now let's move on to the Tasks section. This is where you can keep track of all of the tasks that make up this custom order. You can make edits to the tasks by changing which user the task is assigned to, or the status of the task if it is completed or cancelled. To add a new task, press the green Add button in the top left. You'll always have the option to add a single task. The multitask option will only be present if you already made a multitask when you created the service. You then enter in information such as the activity that is being performed, which will change what type of information you need to enter. You can also add parts and attachments if needed. Again, be sure to watch the Account Receivable videos for Point of Sale for more information on tasks. Next, we have Parts. This is a list of all the products or loose inventory items that are involved with this service. You can add new ones by pressing the green Add button on the left then searching for the product in the database. Click the magnifying glass on the SKU field to search for the product. Use the yellow edit and the red delete buttons to also configure this list. Next, we have attachments. This is where you attach any files necessary for this custom order. To download an attachment, select it and press the blue download button. Next, we have notes. On this tab, you can view the notes that have been added to this service and add new ones if you want. Make adjustments to this list by using the Add, Edit, and Delete buttons on the top. Last is the History tab, which is a page that will be filled automatically, keeping records of updates made to this service. Now that you're more familiar with custom orders, you should also be comfortable with repairs. Because as you'll notice, a repair service is set up in the exact same way with the exact 6 tabs. Moving on then to appraisals. So here's an example of an appraisal. At the top we have the SKU number of the product being appraised if the product is in the database, as noted by the Item is our possession checkbox. You can change the product if needed by clicking on the plus button to create a new item, or the magnifying glass to search for a new item in the database. Under that, you can select the user to notify about this appraisal, just as we had before with custom orders. And under that, we have the different dates to set. Edit them as needed. On the right, we have some of the financial information. You can change the liability value and the appraisal fee if they apply. The 4 fields below that will be filled automatically with the appraisal fee. You can also select the tax box to include tax in the calculation. On the far right, you can add an image just as before if you want. And on the bottom, we have our description and a notes field as well that can be filled with any needed information. There's also a history tab which, similar to the custom order, will be filled automatically, keeping record of the changes made to this service. Last, we have special orders. They are very similar to appraisals. The only difference is that special orders also include some fields with information regarding the product, such as its type and details, as well as some information regarding the vendor. Here you can make any updates that you see fit. This service also has a history tab. The last thing to note is that under the Service Tools section, you can perform tasks such as complete service, reject service, open order, open product, and reopen the process. Well, that concludes our video. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at info@orderica.com or call us at the phone number listed on our website. Thank you for watching.